The start of North Dakota deer season is always my favorite time of the year. Kicking off deer season at Dinkota has been a long tradition in the Breaking Point family. September this year had already brought us a lot of success, and we were optimistic things were going to continue in our mid-September push.
Sick, dude.
The time spent at Dinkota is one I always cherish. There's countless laughs and many memories made, and each season adds to that list. With new faces coming to North Dakota, we were eager to share new experiences, ones we could look back on for many years to come. There are many hunts that are near and dear to my heart, but there's just something special when it comes to deer camp.
Strolled into the dink here. It's about 10 minutes to 2. Guys are doing laundry in town. It's gonna get some stuff unloaded here, and they should be back here shortly and come up with a game plan here for the afternoon. Dead deer. I think we're good. We just got set up in the tree here. It is almost 6 o'clock. Took us a little while to get the set hung here, but it's been super windy, so these deer haven't really been moving until late. Pretty pumped. This is my first whitetail sit of the season. Jacked to be out here in North Dakota. Be out here till the end of the week here. We got Josh Hilliard coming in from First Light here tomorrow to camp, and the boys from Captured are going to be here, so we got a full camp this week. Should be a good time. It looks like later this week, around Thursday, Friday, we get a decent cold front. That should probably get some of these bigger bucks on their feet, but we're after a pretty solid buck tonight that's been in here regular, so who knows, maybe we'll get lucky first night out here. It's a little after 7 o'clock here, getting closer to prime time. The winds finally died down, but unfortunately, there's a farmer here to the south. We got a big alfalfa field to the south of us that they harvested in round bales here not too long ago. He's out here just organizing bales and stacking them up and stuff, so I know he was doing that last night. And we think it kind of screwed this spot up. The buck we're after didn't come in last night. And we're attributing that to probably him being out in the field running around, but we'll see. He's gonna come behind us here. Watch behind us. Try to get across the road. Things got a little crazy last night, the last few minutes of shooting light. We had a farmer out in the field most of the night. He was picking up bales that they just rounded up here a few days ago. We were thinking that pretty much nothing was going to happen. I mean, he was only a few hundred yards from us there right at the end. And he ended up kicking this buck up that we're after out of that marsh, and he came running right up into the woodlot where we were at. So he was at about 35 yards, and then as luck would have it, the farmer was coming back to grab another round bale at the time, and he wasn't quite a fan of that, so he ended up turning around and going the other direction. So it ended up being a better night than what we were originally anticipating. It just sucks because I feel like we'd have had a pretty good chance at getting that buck down last night if that farmer wasn't messing around, but that's how it goes sometimes. You can't blame the farmer. They got to get work done too. But we're heading right now to pick up Josh from the airport here. He's going to be flying in at 12:30. Josh will be in the tree tonight, and we'll be out somewhere as well.
This is sweet, man. Just getting a little practice and sitting down. We're going to be sitting in a ground blind tonight, so want to just fling a few arrows off the stool and make sure everything's feeling good shooting from a seated position tonight. Shoot one more group here.
Well, she's 4:30. Let's hit her.
Good luck, Josh.
No, no.
See you
Straight,
boys at
man.
dark.
Good luck, good luck.
My past is growing, my future's getting smaller. I'm running faster, but the walls keep falling. I never thought I'd reach this low without a moment of rest. Still searching for death.
Brennan and Aaron a few days ago decided to bring a ground blind in here and kind of set this spot up a little bit different. And we're kind of doing that in hopes that these deer come in a little bit earlier.
We're in a spot here where there's been a really nice buck coming out pretty consistently in daylight, so we're hoping to catch up with him here this evening, and we're gonna sit tight here for a couple hours and see what happens.
I'm feeling it. I love chilling the air, man. Feels like deer season. We've got about an hour, a little over an hour left of shooting light, an hour and 10 minutes, something like that. I've seen 7 or 8 does, long ways off. But I guess it's good that these deer are moving. I'll wrap it up for tonight. Saw quite a few does and fawns, but no bucks tonight.
It was a pretty slow night tonight. Was expecting to at least see a deer. We had ideal temperatures tonight, but for some reason the deer just did not move where we were. Tomorrow we got a better cold front hitting. I think it's only going to get better, so we're going to just stick at it, but we're going to head back to camp here now. I think we got brats and elk burgers on the menu tonight, so we're going to eat like kings. Just heading to town here this morning. Gotta get some of the essentials. Beer, ice. That's about it. Maybe some gas, jacks. And then we'll be back at it again here this afternoon. Feels like a night to switch the socks up.
I did too. I switched mine.
Alright, we just got all settled in. Sitting in a ground blind tonight. Changing it up. Hopefully change our luck up a little bit. It feels like a really nice night tonight. Wind has definitely died down for the past couple days. It's supposed to die down really nice about an hour before shooting light ends. So we're tucked in here. Feels like a good little spot. All kinds of bedding around. You can see a ton of country here, so we should be able to see them coming in well. We're kind of in a jungle gym of a tree here tonight, but we're pretty hidden. I will give it that. This is a new spot we call Pollinator. This is our first sit into this spot. We had last night a really nice 10-pointer on the cell camera here, right at last shooting light. There's 2 or 3 other really solid bucks in this spot that we've been getting on the cameras. They're kind of just, they're hit or miss. They're not really in a consistent pattern. But this is the best weather that we've had this week. we've got about an hour left of shooting light here, so just getting into prime time. Just had probably that same doe and fawn we saw earlier start heading this way, and they didn't like something and took back off into the marsh there. So, man, it's like the calmest it's been. There's hardly any wind right now. We just got eyes on our top buck here. He's about 500 yards straight east of us. There's like a cattail slough in a pond over there, and it looked like he was bedded up right on the backside of it. That's gonna be about a wrap for the evening. We watched that buck for about half hour, and it looked like for a minute he was gonna head our direction, but he turned and started heading south. There's a big standing cornfield off that way. I'm guessing that's kind of the direction he was wanting to go to, was get up in that cornfield, feed over there for the evening.
Saturday, it's the last day of my hunt out here in North Dakota with the Breaking Point guys, and if you can't tell, the wind is absolutely just ripping. It's like 20 plus mile an hour winds, and we're holding on for our lives up here in this tree right now, but looks like it should die down about the last half hour of light maybe. So there's been some good bucks in here on camera last couple nights just right after shooting light, so we're hoping that they just come out a little bit earlier.
It's about 20 after 7 right now. About 5 minutes ago, Taylor just spotted one of our shooters, kind of in the same area where we did last night. He said he was about 500-600 yards out and went into the cornfield and lost sight of him. It's good to see that a good buck's on his feet. We got a lot of cover here to the north and south, so who knows, maybe something's bedded closer to that will come through here. We got about 20-25 minutes left here. Just kind of confused because we're not seeing deer within a few hundred yards of us where we were expecting these deer to be kind of getting up out of their beds. They're hanging way further back in some of the CRP. There's kind of a lake back there to the east. I mean, we're getting deer on camera daylight here. We're getting them just after dark, so they can't be far. That's a mature deer, isn't it? He stepped out and I could tell him, like, I don't know if we got this buck on camera or not. And I'm like eyeing him up and I'm putting him in the binos. I'm like, is he a shooter? Is he a shooter? And all of a sudden he looks up and I seen the brows, and he's got pretty good brows. And I seen the bases, and he's got good bases. I'm like, I mean, judging by, I mean, he's not a 150-inch deer, but he's got to be a 4-year-old deer. He's a mature deer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to get picky on inches. I'm going to shoot the first mature deer that I get an opportunity at. So.
Yeah, that's what you're always after.
We're just heading to go pick these guys up here. They're probably hunting about 15 minutes from here. I'm gonna go pick them up. We haven't told them yet that we got a buck down, so we're gonna try and surprise them. The buck I shot, he's out there still.
You're kidding. Hell yeah, boys.
Blood here. There's a bunch right here. That's what we're looking for. Look at this point off the back. Holy cow. That is wild. Tonight was kind of a crazy night in the tree. It was warmer, it was windier than the other night, so we didn't really have high hopes, to be honest, coming in here 2 nights in a row. We were probably the last 10 minutes of light here. Kind of was hanging my head and ready to pack this trip in, and all of a sudden at the last minute I caught a glimpse of this buck coming right down the field edge here, and he came into 11 yards and made the determination that he was a buck we wanted to take, and put a perfect shot on him. He only made it maybe 75 yards from the tree. It was awesome to have Josh and all the guys from First Light and Captured Creative in camp here the last few days. It's just been a fun experience. Having some new faces in at Camp Dinkota.
We celebrated into the night and shared stories, reliving the evening's hunt. Although Josh wasn't able to fill his tag on this trip, we had high hopes he would be able to return later in the season for a second chance.
Yippee!